Hey everyone, I'm Todd Stevens.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
You're watching the Versus series by StarCityGames.com. We're back here to continue our week of testing out Core 19 cards, this time in Modern. So I'm going to be playing just regular Jeskai Control. I'm going to be playing the list that Jim Davis played to 11th place finish last weekend. Well, I guess time travel's kind of hard. Not quite last weekend.
A week and a half ago.
Yeah, a week and a half ago over at SCG Atlanta. But you're going to be playing some Spirits, so tell me about your deck.
Yeah, so Supreme Phantom is the featured card from Core Set 19. There is one copy of Remorseful Cleric in this list of the deck. So that's another new card, but Supreme Phantom is definitely the impetus for building it. I wrote all about Spirits in Modern a little while back on StarCityGames.com, and you can find that article with a quick search. And this is the list that I think is most innovative of the ones that has the best combination of being innovative and good.
Okay.
There's one list that's a little bit more out there that is a long shot to be good. And this one, and then there's a Bant list that's pretty typical Bant, but with Bant Spirits, but with Supreme Phantom. This list I like for a couple reasons. Blue-white has a cleaner mana base and a more versatile mana base, I'll say. There's just a lot of utility lands between Cavern of Souls, Mutavault, and Moorland Haunt, so I'm getting a lot of value out of my lands, which is really good to do in an Aether Vial deck, because Vial is such a powerful mana source. It's usually tapping for 2 or 3 mana cards by the mid-game, so you want to do something else with your lands, and this deck definitely gets to do that. And there's just a high density of playable blue-white spirits.
Right.
The impetus for putting green in your deck is Noble Hierarch and Collected Company, and now that we have a higher density of Lords with Supreme Phantom and Drogsical Captain and the ability to image them, I think we can go with the cleaner mana base. And I just like the disruptive element. Spell Queller has been a good card in Modern for a while.
Yeah.
If you have one Lord in play, it's Rise of Lightning Bolt, which is nice. Mausoleum Wanderer is a great 1-drop, just a little disruptive. And then Rattle Chain, Selfless Spirit. A lot of cards that don't do a ton by themselves, but all together, I think, form a really nice cohesive whole where just everything makes things awkward and a little bit difficult for your opponent, and then a little bit more difficult, a little bit more difficult.
Right.
By the time things stop becoming difficult, you're dead.
Nice. So yeah, no, it's definitely very promising. So yeah, we've seen the Bant Spirits decks do pretty well here recently. So we'll see how the blue-white gets to do with like the utility lands to work with the Vials. You're going kind of like the Humans shell, like the Vial instead of Collected Company, kind of like that area of attack. And we know like these small creature decks have traditionally, well, like I don't know if we know, but we think that they're going to struggle against the removal heavy decks, right? So we'd think that like probably Jeskai may be a tough matchup for you. So
yeah,
this is a good test.
But the spirits are so disruptive that I think I'll be able to play pretty well through removal. Maybe I'm going to end up wanting more Rattle Chains. I cut down on that card because it's the least powerful of them, but definitely good in matchups that are heavy on spot removal. And being able to play instant speed is nice. But between Cavern of Souls and Mausoleum Wanderer and Spell Queller and then Rattle Chains and Selfless Spirit, it might just be hard for you to deploy your answers in time, and then I can grind into the long game with creature lands pretty effectively. So,
well, that's the spirit to have.
Yeah,
so.
I'm excited. I'm going to take a nice little aggro control roll here.
Okay.
We got to roll before we draw our hands.
Okay, you don't want to just be on the play. You want to roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, that's how we do it now.
We could. Yeah, if you want, or we could just start each one.
Yeah, let's just start each one.
Okay. All right.
We're changing it up.
Okay, so poker hand to see who goes first again. I have a pair of 6. Oh, I have a pair of 2s also. 2 pair.
I have 3 of a kind again.
Again? All right, well, it's just 2 pair against 3 of a kind. We'll just do that all week.
I'm in.
We even switched dice, so it's not just the dice.
Okay. See what we have here, and, well, I have the best card in my deck, and I can cast it. The sand might be a little slow, but if I draw another land, the sand's great, so I'll keep.
Yeah, mine's definitely keep as well. Having the double basic plains in your opener is pretty awkward with like double blue cards and stuff, but this isn't really a mulligan, I would think.
Okay, I will play Cavern of Souls named Spirit and play an Aether Vial. Pass the turn.
Yeah, this Logic Knot's not looking like it's going to do a whole lot for me. That's okay. Let's see.
Yeah, the Cavern Vial start when you're holding a counter spell.
Yeah, not great. Okay, so I usually like fetching before Serum Vision. We can I also kind of like waiting on like I don't really like firing off Serum Vision like turn 1 on the blind if you don't really know what you need with a control deck. But we know we're playing against a Spirits, Aether Vial. We need removal spells. Got it. So I'd want to like fetch first because I want to be able to keep the lands that I scry on the bottom. Then we're gonna have to fetch Shock because of this card. But I guess we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And so I'm gonna get. Oh, maybe we just play the Steam Vents. Yeah, I guess we'll just say, all right, we're just gonna play the Steam Vents because Steam Vents is really the perfect land where we want to fetch for Steam Vents anyway.
Yeah.
We'll just play it.
Go to 18.
All right, 18. Let's see what we draw. Not a, it's a card. Definitely don't want the land. This one is kind of fits a good spot in our curve when we're gonna want to play it, but it's not the best because we're gonna have this for turn 2. Turn 3, we're gonna have basically nothing. We'll have this for 4. We could have like this for 5 then. This is a card that like my gut's telling me to like I want to keep it on top, but my gut's telling me not to. I'm gonna not to. So I could.
Oh,
no, I'm gonna keep it on top.
Okay. Didn't trust your gut.
Yep, not trusting it.
Okay. Upkeep Vial.
Okay.
I will cast a Mausoleum Wanderer
Okay.
and pass the turn.
So no lands is both good and bad for us. Good as in, Ross can't deploy more things, but bad because that means his hand's great. So I'm just going to play this basic planes and pass the turn.
On your end step, activate Vial.
That's good.
Put in Mausoleum Wanderer. Trigger this one.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and fire this off here. I'm going to go ahead and Lightning Helix.
I will sacrifice it.
Yep, so I won't gain any life, but we'll just use a removal spell.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Upkeep, go to 2 on the Vial.
Yep.
And we drew a land, and that is great. So, I will play a Supreme Phantom, and then I will... so that triggers the Wanderer. And then I will activate and put in another Supreme Phantom, so that these are insulated from red removal. And that triggers this, so attack for 5. So I had 2 triggers and 2 pumps from Phantoms.
All right, so down to
13.
13. I guess I probably should have
Pass.
saved my Helix, but Helix would have just ate a Wanderer anyway. He'd just make me... I'll just eat a Wanderer anyway. It's not great. All right, we don't really want Ross to just be able to vial in another Supreme Phantom. I'm not sure what makes it Supreme. Is it like the mushrooms and peppers? That's probably what makes it Supreme. Anyway, we'll just kill this 3/3 right now.
Sacrifice it.
Okay, I won't.
You don't want to pay the 1?
No, not paying.
Or the 3, sorry.
Not paying the 3. Go ahead.
Upkeep, we'll keep this on 2.
Okay.
I will, I guess, attack you for 4.
Okay, so taking 4 down to 9. I'm going to be fetching anyway. You can just write down 8 for me.
And at this point, I'm a little worried about a Sweeper, Supreme Verdict, or Wrath, so I don't think I want to cast anything except this second Vial.
Okay.
And I'll pass the turn. So fetch brings you to 8.
Yep, and I'm going to get another Steam Vents in tapped with us having another basic planes in our deck. If we find another Steam Vents. Look, there it is. So not moving the Vial up to 3 means we don't have to worry about Spell Queller, so that's nice. But we do have to worry about not having anything. Hopefully we draw something. Path to exile. Didn't work. And I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn, I suppose.
Okay. On your end step, I'll activate Vial.
Okay.
I will put in Phantasmal Image and copy Supreme Phantom. Go to my turn.
Yep, go ahead.
So now I have lethal on board. Upkeep, this will definitely go to 1. And I will leave... So I'll leave this on 2. Go to my turn?
Yep.
Or go to draw? Okay. Play this fetch land and attack you for 9.
All right, so our Helix can at least get rid of the image, even though it's too big, because image will just die.
But you don't get any life.
Still don't get any life, so I'm going to take another 4, down to 4.
Down to 4. And I will pass the turn.
And I'll be at 3.
3. It's not very much, Todd.
No, it's really not. I would prefer it if you sent one of those, if you cut me to one of those sweepers, that would be nice. Sounds great. Ugh. All right, so there's just really not a whole lot we can do here to survive. Like, just Snap Helix could gain me 3 life, and so I only take 1, but that's not really helping me out. I guess my best bet is we're just going to play this Teferi. This is the card that I kept on top before. And minus on a Supreme Phantom and hope that he does not have anything to Violin.
I Violin a Remorseful Cleric.
Yep, and so that will be lethal.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean that's what I had.
I was hoping you were going to snap last turn, and I was going to get you with the Cleric.
Oh yeah, you can sack the Cleric.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
logic not good. Logic not good. All right, so just like Monday, I'm going to be talking about the sideboard first since I lost game 1, and I'm going to be bringing out 5 cards and bringing in 5 cards. Worked out on Monday, so we'll see.
Yeah. That's just a reasonable line of thinking.
I just noticed it, with having them laid out. But so, my counter magic does not look particularly well, especially the negate. But yeah, even the logic knots with the combination of Cavern, Ether Vial, it's just not where I really want to be. Spell Snare is definitely defensible. I could definitely see leaving in Spell Snare. It's not amazing, but it could hit something if there's, again, no Cavern or Ether Vial. I think these 4 are pretty easy swap. Those are all better cards. This is the one that Stony Silence is not amazing, and neither of these options are. I'm going to try the Stony Silence. I'm going to try just like the more proactive thing, just to shut down all the Ether Vials. It could really bite me with having this Engineered Explosives here. We could see that. So it's not nothing I'm thrilled about, but we'll try. If I can just at least shut down Ether Vial, make Ross play on his own turn, even though some of the spirits still have flash. Maybe my sweepers will be better and things like that. Blessed Alliance is another one that's not particularly amazing, especially if you're attacking with multiple creatures. It's going to get like whichever one's the worst.
Yeah, but you have to kill everything anyway. So
yeah,
and kill a creature, gain 4 life is a pretty good play on 4 mana.
Yep, and we'll see with the multiple lords. We'll see if Staticaster actually does anything. Maybe it doesn't. So there's a lot of variants of these cards. They could be really bad, or they could actually do stuff.
Well, one thing to say, if I do have multiple lords, then Staticaster at least helps you upgrade your red removal to kill a Supreme Phantom.
That's true.
And they're 2 4s. Great. If I have 2 Drogsoul Captains, then you're out of luck. But then everything's bad. Then this card actually might be good.
Yeah. There we go.
Good against Drogskull Captain, I guess. On my side, I think no one's going to be surprised looking at the sideboard what I'm doing here. Path to Exile, clearly bad against a control deck. Maybe you get to clear away some of these, but that's just not some. Those couple cards are not worth leaving Path in your deck because most of the time you draw it, it's going to be pretty dead. I am sometimes worried now. Jeskai decks will often have 1 Baneslayer Angel or Lyra Dawnbringer in their sideboard. That could be a problem. Don't really have an answer to that in this post-board configuration, but I'm not willing to leave Path in my deck preemptively if I don't know their list. If I'm in a top 8 of an open or something like that and I see they have one, then I'll adjust accordingly. But in general, I'm going to bring out these Paths. I've got 4 very good anti-control cards, the 4th Geist of St. Draft as a hard-to-answer threat, and then 3 copies of Negate, which are great, and get better now that Meddling Mage has forced people to not play a million Supreme Verdicts. It says 1 Wrath of God.
Yep.
I cannot wait to negate that one.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. Back here for game 2, and this hand doesn't look so great. So we got a 5-lander, but so that's not great. But we have like 1 really powerful card that I really like, and then hopefully the Searcher's Cantic can help us find other stuff. So we're just going to keep some good mana, keep a lot of lands, and hope this works out.
My hand also isn't great, but it has some of my more powerful cards in the matchup, so I'm willing to keep it, even though it has some obvious issues, and we'll hope to draw out of it.
Yeah. It's a lot of magic, is keeping and hoping.
Yep. That was not a good start. Okay, Mutavault Vial.
Okay, that's good. Talking about not good starts again. All right, let's start getting fetch lands in our yard. I'll go ahead and just get. I don't need double red for anything particularly right now, so we'll just get another island because Cryptic Command. We want lots of blue sources.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Upkeep, counter, and vial.
Yep. And we want to start filling the yard for Search for Azcanta.
Let's Cavern on Spirit and play a Selfless Spirit. And pass the turn.
Upkeep, Search for Azcanta trigger. Snap just doesn't do anything. We don't have a single spell, so guess we'll ship that one. Oh, hey. Welcome back. I don't think I want to use this right now either. So I guess my plan is just to do this. Guess that's my plan. It's just blow up Cavern. I mean, it's not like I can counter anything anyway. I guess we just blow up Mutavault. Yeah. Guess that's all we're going to be having. Pass turn.
Okay. Upkeep. This will go to 2.
Okay.
Draw. And
we'd have to deal with that Mutavault eventually anyway, so might as well.
Cavern on Spirit and attack for 2.
So I'm down to 17.
Pass the turn.
All right, so we'll destroy Mutavault.
Sure. I'm going to get an island.
Get a mountain. So Thros leaving 3 mana up. We're kind of assuming Spell Queller.
All right, I could have anything.
Search for Azcanta trigger. More lands get to go away. Ugh. This Jeskai deck is great. It's really something.
Oh man, I forgot to EOT activate when Aether Vial was on 1 when I didn't have anything.
Oh yeah, just activating it every time.
Yeah, that's just something. If you play Aether Vial decks, you should get in the habit of doing.
Yep.
Because you don't want them to know that you definitely have something when you activate it, and you do. Just give them something to think about.
Right. Because then I could see you activating that and being like, oh, well, maybe you need to kill the spirit now before like this Mausoleum Wanderer comes into play, or anything like that.
I was going to do it in game 1 when I had just Mausoleum Wanderer Vial. I was going to cast the Wanderer on turn 2 and hold up the Vial on 1, but then I drew a second Wanderer, so I didn't get to fake you out. I just got to curve out perfectly.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm really unlucky.
So playing around Spell Queller is going to be kind of tough with our hands. I guess we could throw this out there. Yeah, might as well. This is a good one to throw out there for a Spell Queller. All right, no, it's really not actually. Now I think about it more. It's really not. All right, I'm going to play this. Pass turn.
Yeah, end of turn, activate Vial.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, put an image, copy Spirit.
Okay.
Go to my turn.
Yep.
I will tick this Vial up to 3.
Okay.
It's not the best of draws. Attack you for 4.
So I'm down to
13.
13.
I will play a tapped Hallowed Fountain and pass the turn.
Search for Azcanta, hopefully find us something. Still no. Still no. So we're at 5 right now. So let's play a fetch land so we can at least be at 6 for the next turn. And I'll pass the turn.
That is a nice one. Mush you for 4.
I have 9
Mush you
lives.
to 9.
I'm a cat.
Play a Flooded Strand and pass the turn.
I have 8 lives.
Brings you to 8.
All right, hopefully we find something better. Then we have Search for Azcanta, more lands, ship that, transform.
Sure.
Bleh. Well, this can't cost more than Spell Queller, I guess. We're at 8. Sure, why not? Let's do. Yeah, let's do all these for a Teferi.
Okay. In response, I'll activate Vial on 3.
Okay, now resolve.
I'll put in Cure the Great Glassmere.
That was unfortunate.
I'll negate your Teferi.
It's also unfortunate. Go.
So I'm assuming if Todd had a lightning bolt, he would have cast it by now. So I'm going to crack this fetch. I'm going to go to 17. And I'm going to find a Hallowed Fountain, leaving the plains in my deck for another path later on or something like that. And I'm just going to cast this Spellcaller to put lethal onto the battlefield.
Yep, and you got me.
Nice deck.
Yeah. So I kept 5 lands, explosive search,
And
I saw nothing but lands and 2 snaps until this last turn I drew it to Fairy. So I think what we learned is that keeping 5 lands, explosives, and Search Riscanta probably not good enough. You need like the instant speed stuff, especially against spirits. You need the instant speed stuff.
So we're on the play. The one thing I think is awkward about that hand is the most likely EE number for you is 2.
Right.
So
Which destroys the search.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I could have put it on 1, I guess, for the vial and just try to get rid of the vial. And would have had to do that turn 3. So turn 2 I play my search, then turn 3, see I still don't have anything. I could at least put it on 1 and destroy vial, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that would have been good, but I mean I would have just cast my spells then and then you still have nothing. So.
Right. Yeah, I still had nothing. And it's just so awkward against Spell Queller where even it's the kind of removal spell that, like, let's say you Spell Queller, so basically every turn after that you always had Spell Queller. So like if I try playing it on 2, anything else after that, you Spell Quell it. Even if I draw removal for your Spell Queller that your Selfless Spirit can't protect or something like a path or something, then you still get to just
Then your E comes back on 0.
it comes back on 0. So it's like what's
so
the
Queller
point?
very good against EE. I guess and you never got to 7 mana because you would have had to like have X equals 5, but only pay different colors. So Sunburst is 2, and you died on your turn 6 or after your turn 6. So I guess if on turn 5, I don't know. Exactly
I guess instead of Teferi, I could have played it out
on turn 5
because I had a land drop.
The turn before you. Oh, you did That was turn 7.
Yeah, that was turn 6 because I flipped Escanta. So I flipped Escanta, so I would have had the extra land. So because I did have enough for that.
Yeah, you just have like all blue and red mana.
Right.
And get X equals 2. I still would have negated it and you would have died. But
yeah, so
you couldn't really beat a negate. But that's probably better than Teferi because it actually does kill me. So that's a neat trick you can do with engineered explosives.
And it still only kills one of your 2. Even if it would have resolved, it still would have killed one of your 2 Selfless Spirits.
Yeah, it would have just killed a Phantasmal Image, which is not great.
Yeah.
So game 2, not much of a game. Your hand didn't really come together. Game 1, though, I mean, I missed my second land drop, but I had turn 1 Vial, I had a Cavern, a couple Mausoleum Wanderers, and then I went double Phantom while you were tapped down, dealing with the Wanderers, because you have to deal with the Wanderers first, otherwise I just get to...
just use the Wanderers to counter my removal spell anyway.
Generally just best to tap out and trade for the Wanderers, which is what you did, and that gave me a window to just land double Supreme Phantom, and he didn't have a path. You're sitting there with all this red removal, and I have 2/2/4 flyers, and it just makes it really hard to operate. So, like I said, look, the Spirit deck has a lot of little annoying things. The Wanderer forces you tap out early. Then the 2 Phantoms means your red removal is bad. And then you had there was a Snapcaster you could have had played on 1 turn, and I had my 1 Remorseful Cleric that would have answered it. Instead, you went with a removal spell, which was fine, but then the Remorseful Cleric comes in and is a lethal attacker. So, just a really awkward game for you in game 1, and the Spirits deck is really good at doing that.
Yeah.
I did have turn 1 Vial both games, and that certainly helps. And Cavern obviously blanked the Logic Knot between Cavern and Vial in game 1. But I mean, I put the cards in my deck to draw them.
Yeah. No, you have a lot of things. So like usually like the sweepers are usually good against the creature decks, but you have between Spell Queller that can like even answer like Supreme Verdict, or Selfless Spirit, keep them alive. You have a lot of things that are really annoying.
Or just instant speed creatures.
Yep.
So I can recover. One of the things you need to do with a sweeper is wipe their board and then have them spend their next turn just recovering and you have a turn off from your life total being pressured. If I get to just not commit to the board, pass with all my mana up, let your sweeper resolve if I don't have anything, and just play a bunch of creatures afterwards with a Vial or Flash, I immediately am attacking for 3-4 damage, maybe even more, if I Vial in like a Geist Saint Draft.
Yeah,
I didn't even draw a Geist in 2 games.
Right. And everything's in the air besides the guy, so like my snap looked just terrible. Even like I couldn't just ambush anything, because you just have all flyers.
Snap is just an expensive removal spell in this matchup, except against Geist. It can block Geist, so that's an important role for it. But as an expensive removal spell, it's very vulnerable to Mausoleum Wanderer. You end up tapping low. So even if like the Wanderer comes down later after you've traded some removal, you're up to 4 or 5 lands. Snapping a Bolt or a Helix is probably going to get countered.
And so we've seen with humans the quick clock and like the interaction that you have, except like with the counter spells with like Spell Queller and
they
have like negates and everything.
Freebooter, Meddling Mage. I have similar things. Just my creature's a little bit smaller. I don't have the same really aggressive draws like they do with Champion, but all my creatures fly. So.
Yeah, and you have like Geist Saint Trapped and stuff. So like it's still, I think that could be a pretty decent deck against like the combo decks of the format and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so I really like where the spirits are looking right now.
Yeah, Supreme Phantom giving them a little bit of an extra clock, I think, is a big deal.
Yeah, that's a huge upgrade for sure.
Spirits look good. So Core Set 19, 2 days in a row so far looks pretty good.
Yeah, and we were trying to put it up against matchups that weren't like necessarily easy. We're trying to like have like some tension here like with the matchups. And yeah, Core Set 19 looking good so far with Supreme Phantom and Nicol Bolas, both looking really nice.
Okay, so tomorrow we got more standard. We're alternating all week. So we'll have more modern for you on Thursday, a third standard match on Friday. We'll see if Core Set 19 can continue its run of dominance. But so far, so good from the new set.
So tomorrow you're going to be playing with Tezzeret, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you got Tezzeret. I'll be playing blue-black mid-range, which just won Nationals and has been looking like real good at the end of this format. So it's going to be a tough matchup for sure.
It'll be a nice, grindy, long mid-range battle. We'll throw some haymakers around, draw a bunch of cards, kill some stuff. Should be a fun, interactive match.
Cool. All right, so come back tomorrow to check that out. But that's it for us today. So for Ross Mary, I'm Todd Stevens, and thanks for watching the Versus Series here on StarCityGames.com.